Okay, we are in the camper, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look around on the ceiling, and we're going to spot all of our vents and our fans, and we're going to actually tear those down, unclip them, and we're actually going to turn them around, tape them up, put them back on there so that debris doesn't come on in. Let's get to it. You can see here, guys, we got one fan here. As we go up into the bathroom, we have a second one here. We're going to pull these screws out, pull this down, flip it around, cut some wires, release that from the top of the camper. We're going to tape this up, and you'll see that in a minute. Taking a look in the back, the rear AC is also screwed in from the top, so we do not have to do anything down here. That'll all be done up above. There's 3 AC units on this camper, so you'll watch me speedily take these off. Just want to show you guys briefly, if you can see that, we got the 12 volt power and ground, as well as communication cable. We're going to leave this loose, and once we pull it from the top, we'll go ahead and snip them and lay these back inside. Next thing we're going to do is take the shroud, we're going to clean it up. We're going to actually cover the top here with some cardboard, tape it down, and we're going to go ahead and install that upside down so that any debris from above when we're working up there is actually going to get caught in that little basket, like a little bin. There's one more thing in the bathroom. You guys got a skylight. You'll be coming in here, you want to do the same thing with the skylight. We're actually going to unscrew the screws, turn it around, and it's basically going to be its own little bin. So let's do that next. Okay, we're going to flip it over and reinstall it. Okay, we got the inside prepped. Kitchen, taped off. Bathroom, cardboarded for now. Shower. Got that skylight internal thing turned around and screwed back in. Let's go ahead and close the slides up and go to the outside. And the reason we're prepping the inside and getting everything done is because once we're done with the inside, we actually need to close the rig up, get all the slides in. That way we can get around the rig and easily disassemble all the trim and all the awnings. So we'll go outside and do that now. Okay, slides are closed. Just as a side note, guys, we do have a full-length awning, and we are going to have to pull the fabric down so that we can get that molding that's on the roof off of there. So you'll see us, we're actually going to keep it out about 1 foot. And you never want to let that thing go until you secure your arms. We're going to take some zip ties those, and then we'll be able to pull that vinyl insert, get to those screws, and pull that track off for that awning. We're kind of going to do the same thing to each of the slide toppers. They're going to have to be removed. We can get to them from the top, so we'll be unscrewing the fabric, pinning those. Always remember to pin your slide toppers because those things are coiled springs, and they will spin out at you and create a whole bunch of mess. So let's go. Okay, we got the slides closed on this beautiful Volano. Come over to each side. Slides are closed, awning's out. You guys are going to need some ladders, especially for doing the awnings. From the top, we're actually going to be able to get all of the termination molding, the gutters, off from above. We do have a small scaffolding system. It's not going to be the best for this situation because we do have to run down the sides and it's gravel, but it'll help. Okay, we're up on the roof. I want to show you guys our issue area. Right on the back here, right next to the ladder. As we get closer, got a super dead spot there. Looks like there was a screw hole, most likely on the ladder. That's a very common issue. And it leaks, swells up the wood, and then slowly decays it. Other than that, fairly simple roof. We have 3 AC units. Back, middle, front. We also have that skylight in the bathroom as well as the vent fan antenna. There's the kitchen vent fan. It looks like a prep for a satellite's right there. So what we'll be doing, we'll be pulling back this rubber after we get all of our trim off. We'll be addressing the damaged area first. We don't want to be stepping on this roof after we pull the vinyl because it is very sticky. So we'll get that peeled back, assess the area, address it with plywood, and then we'll be doing an overlayment across this whole roof. So we'll tear off all of our appliances, all of our vents, all of our skylights. Let's get to it. Got the back transition unscrewed, got the corner caps pulled off. If you guys are new at this, those screws can be pretty hidden, but you have a pretty good time if you just find the first one by digging with your drill bit or your Phillips or your square. Once you find one and find a number 2, usually they put them in pretty good spacing. So if I take my fingers, I was really able to find one after another just with the same spacing, so that'll help a lot. Now that this transition's loose, I'm going to cut along this edge line, peel it up, and we'll keep moving. Come to one of these good vents and take some time, pull the screws out, cut around it, pull this roof vent, that way we can determine the thickness of our plywood. You always want to make sure that you turn off your rig, disconnect your battery before you start messing with any electrical stuff. I'm going to go do that, cut these wires, set them inside of here, and we'll measure the thickness of our wood right from here. Nice clean dry spot. Okay, now that I know my thickness, we're going to go get some material. Took a PVC, we got a 2-inch PVC pipe. Started from one end, taped it, and just slowly rolled it nice and tight. And we do this because we want to get those all those fold seams out. So it's going to sit here for a couple days and relax on this tube, and it'll be super easy to go ahead and install it on the roof when we're ready. We got this half pulled off. All I had to do was cut the top edge and the bottom edge with a razor, unscrew the trim, slowly pry it off. You want to make sure you pry it off really slowly or else you're going to start bending that trim. Alright, we've got the ladder removed. As you see here, I left these as much as I could just so I don't have to reseal those. They're in the same spot. I did have to remove the bottom two though. We'll reseal those when it comes time. Also got the door side gutter removed as well as the back cap termination. So we're going to go up there and address the rotted area. and get this peeled back. We'll remove all the rotted stuff, relay it with the 3/8 plywood, and then we'll go ahead and sheet the whole thing. Roof sheeting is off. Check it out. Got the moisture barrier still there. Aluminum substructure. We're going to go ahead, get our 3/8 ply, stick a nice new piece in here. We'll keep going. It's a new day. It's been a long couple days. I moved a little bit forward. We're on a time crunch, so I had to keep moving. Didn't have much time to do any filming. But as you can see, we have our overlayment, 1/4 inch overlayment. I went across every seam of screws with mesh tape, as well as taped the edge. You can see we got all of our cutouts, and we're starting to lay the rubber. Now I left a couple feet off the front unglued because we'll come back at the end and push that way and get it under the cap. But for now, just making my way slowly since I'm by myself. And I got my glue, supplied by RecPro. They actually gave us, we got this whole kit, purchased it on recpro.com. It came with the glue, came with the sealant, came with the beetle tape, the rubber. So we're moving along on that. Sorry, it's kind of cut a little bit, but she's looking really good, brand new. Got all my holes cut, patches covered obviously. We'll just keep moving along.
Good morning. This is the 2016 Van Leeuwen Lano. We've got our master RV technician, Mr. Rob Dierte, up on top. He has done an absolutely phenomenal job at this roof replacement. Mr. Rob here has, in 5 days, pretty much done an entire roof replacement, and actually higher quality than what normally comes out of the factories even. He's very meticulous on his cuts and his quality of workmanship, and so we're just going to give you guys a final overview of what we're looking like here, what the roof looks like. We're about to add up the last bits of the trim, and then we will wrap up this RV. And you, if you have at least one fully capable, if not 2 people, you can order this material from RecPro. You can get the stuff from Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can do a large-scale RV roof job if you have the proper tools. Which, Rob, what kind of qualifies as proper tools, in your opinion?
A drill, caulk gun, a couple saws, a couple scrapers.
Yeah, and maybe a truck that can carry some lumber, or a trailer. And, you know, in all, with the materials and everything, what are you thinking as far as the cost-wise?
For us, if you don't include labor, you're looking at just under $2 grand.
So just under $2,000. We got a 12-year brand new, better than factory roof replacement. As you can see, a lot of times too in the factories, they're you know, they're kicking out 20, 30, 40 plus units per day, and that's start to finish builds. So they're rushing them out of the factory. They usually don't have enough time to really inspect and do a good quality workmanship. It's usually very rushed. As you can see on this RV roof, you've got little sections here where the tape is actually binding together both sections of the wood, and then of course your screws are running down the line, which is actually also holding it down. It's very clean, it's extremely uniform. It's got brand new butyl, brand new lap sealant, and all the surrounding perimeters. It's all completely sealed. We got a brand new skylight. Yeah. This roof is going to last a long time, because not only one was it installed by this guy, but 2, if you do it correctly and you take your time with it, I definitely highly recommend some covered awning or a carport of something, some shade, so in case you do get any kind of freak weather, you know, you're not scrambling to try and get stuff done. But if you have an enclosed carport to be able to pull your RV into, and you're looking to do a roof replacement, it's not something that's unheard of as far as having to take it to you know, an RV dealership compared to just doing it yourself, especially if you've got some of the tools and the know-how, and of course watching this video from start to finish with dirt. Replacing this. So
we're basically on the last leg right now. We're getting ready to do the door side gutter rail. Just going to tie down our roof on each edge, and then we're going to go ahead and finish up sealing. We're going to do a little more sealant up front. We did add a little bit of extra Eternabond to the front. A lot of times you'll see the rigs have the worst damage up here. The wind and water gets pushed in when you're driving. So we put a little extra security into it. It is sealed underneath it too, so each side of the new trim. Layer. Yep. And then we also did the Eternabond. And then we're going to go through, once we got the gutter rail on, we're going to finish up sealing all the spots we opened up. And also seal the top edge of our gutter rail when we're done.
And then what kind of roof is this?
This is a PVC roof by Rec Pro. It was okay. It's super thick. You'll see a lot of times the thicker ones, it's a little harder to put the bubbles down when you're squeegeeing the roof. As like well as, mil? Yeah, it's quite thick. It's almost maybe 8 mil, 6, 7, 8 mil. I would highly recommend, if you wanted to go with something a little different, to find something with texture or a little more matte finish. This glossy one seems to show a lot more imperfections, which you're always going to get in these roofs. I mean, it's never going to be exactly perfect, especially on your seams and stuff. But yeah,
it's definitely way better than what it was.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, especially this stuff, this PVC being a little bit thicker. It'll take a little bit better beating if you run into trees or something like that. It's very common. Pokes a hole through it. So yeah, it should be a good roof. Here we are. It's done. All back together. You can see on the front here, quick glance, we did put some Eternabond on the front. Very important to keep that sealed. Just a little added protection there. Obviously we got all of our appliances on and stuff. You can see our brand new skylight. We went ahead and replaced that. It was only about 60 bucks. We do that just for added security. Obviously we've got lap sealant and everything. Here's our problem area right here in the back. Looking nice and new, super strong. Obviously you saw me replace that plywood. No issue there. This is Rob. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you have found this informative. Peace.